Welcome to all in online series of lectures on the subject of biology. These lectures designed by Brihaspati Solution specially for students of Janta Shikshan Sanstha's Kisan Veer Mahavidyalay Y, and it is presented by Sri Sushant Kumar Swami.
Let us start with a new gland, that is pancreas. Actually, pancreas is exocrine as well as endocrine gland. It is a dual gland. It is present in abdominal cavity, attached to duodenum just below the stomach. You know very well, that is gastrointestinal tract or alimentary canal. Our digestive system is made up of alimentary canal and associated digestive glands. Within that alimentary canal is a modified tubular structure which starts from mouth and ends into anus. This is the definition of alimentary canal. And parts of alimentary canals are the mouth, mouth cavity, esophagus, stomach, small intestine, large intestine. And duodenum is a part of small intestine. It is a present anterior side. Small intestine is divided into three parts: duodenum, ileum and ichium, in which duodenum is anterior most part. It is attached to stomach. It is C-shaped structure, and within this C-shaped structure a leaf-like structure is present just below the stomach and within attached to the connected with to the duodenum, that is called as pancreas. But our today's discussion is concerned with endocrine gland only. That's why we doesn't see any type of exocrine secretion. But for our curiosity, we can say the pancreas secrete pancreatic juice via pancreatic duct. That's why it is called as exocrine gland. And it secretes hormones, that is insulin and glucagon, like hormones, and they directly pour into the blood. That's why it is endocrine gland. The endocrine gland, the endocrine part of pancreas, is made up of cells, a specialized group of cells. And these cells are known as islets of Langerhans. These cells are known as islets of Langerhans. There are four kinds of cells in islets of Langerhans. Four types of cells you can see on the screen. That is four types of cells. Let's see one by one. First one, alpha cells. Alpha cells are 20% of total islets of Langerhans present in pancreas. And they are responsible for secretion of glucagon. What I said? Listen carefully. Alpha cells secrete hormone glucagon. What is the role of glucagon in our body? Just a simple question. It may be arise in your mind. Let's see. This glucagon is responsible for increase glucose level in blood. Glucagon increase blood glucose level, means it increase sugar level in the blood whenever necessary. How it increase the sugar level in the blood? This glucagon hormone stimulate liver cells. It stimulate liver cells for glucogenolysis. For glucogenolysis. This glucogenolysis increases sugar level in your blood. It may be convert from lipid, it may be convert from glycogen, it may be convert from proteins, depend on the situations. What are that situations we are already studied, either starvation condition or any other conditions where intake of carbohydrate is not possible in our body. At that time, this alpha cells secrete glucagon, and this glucagon increases the sugar level in the blood. Second type of cells is the beta cells. First type, alpha cells. They secrete glucagon. Glucagon increase sugar level in the blood. Now second type of cells is beta cells. They are 70% of total cells, means total isolates of Langerhans present in pancreas. Maximum cells are the beta cells. And these beta cells secrete hormone insulin, which you have known. All of you know about the insulin. All of you heard about insulin. This insulin lowers or reduces, decreases quantity of sugar or glucose in the blood. It decreases sugar level in blood, or it decreases blood glucose level. It is opposite function or antagonistic to alpha cells or glucagon. Glucagon increases, insulin decreases. How this insulin decreases the sugar level in blood? Let's see. This insulin also acts on liver cells. And muscle cells. Insulin, where it acts? Liver cells and muscle cells. It stimulates liver cells and muscle cells for glycogenesis. For glycogenesis. Glycogenesis. Glycogenesis, how this possible? Glycogenesis. Let's see. Insulin is a peptide hormone which stimulates hepatocytes and adipocytes for cellular glucose uptake and utilization. It stimulates to cells, uptake glucose and utilize it. Therefore, glucose from the blood decreases. So, utilization of glucose results decrease in sugar level. The blood glucose level is maintained by joint action of insulin and glucagon. It means alpha cells and beta cells combinedly maintain our glucose level in the blood. Next cells are delta cells. Third cells are delta cells. They are very few in number. It is near about 5% of total isolates of Langerhans. These delta cells secrete somatostatin. The hormone name is somatostatin. This hormone inhibit secretion of glucagon and insulin. It means when action of glucagon stops, it will be decided by delta cells. Delta cells secrete hormone somatostatin. This hormone controls regulate secretion of glucagon as well as insulin. Due to this hormone, our sugar level does not decrease our optimum level or threshold point, below the threshold point, or our tolerance. It does not increase up to our tolerance capacity. This somatostatin hormone also decreases gastric secretions, means gastric juice secretion. It will be also controlled by, or activity of gastric juice will be decreased by this somatostatin hormone. It also motility means movements, and absorption in digestive tract. It also regulates mobility of intestine, mobility of gastrointestinal tract, and as well as it controls absorption. How much is absorbed, which is this will be controlled by absorption process. The digested food material is absorbed in the intestine. It will be controlled. Process of absorption will be controlled by this somatostatin hormone. And last cells which are found in the pancreatic, that is PP cells or F cells, they are also 5%. These PP cells secrete pancreatic polypeptide. That's why it is called as PP cells, pancreatic polypeptide cells, secreting cells. It inhibits the release of pancreatic juice. Their function is only inhibition of secretion of pancreatic juice or release of pancreatic juice in the body. These are the 4 types of cells present inside the isolates of Langerhans. Let's see. Let us summarize it in Marathi. आपल्या डायजेस्टिव्ह सिस्टीम मध्ये पॅनक्रियास नावाचा एक ऑर्गन आहे. जो पॅनक्रियाचा नावाचा ऑर्गन हा जठराच्या खालच्या बाजूला आणि तुमच्या डिओडेनमच्या तिथं जोडलेला असतो. डिओडेनमला जोडलेला असतो. हा एखाद्या पानासारखा आकार असणारा ऑर्गन्स आहे. आणि या ऑर्गन्सला पॅनक्रियाचं काम म्हणजे पॅनक्रियास 2 प्रकारची ग्लँड आहे. एंडोक्राइन ग्लँड आहे प्लस एक्झोक्राइन ग्लँड आहे. एंडोक्राइन ग्लँडला का म्हणायचं तर ती हार्मोन सिक्रेट करते म्हणून तिला एंडोक्राइन ग्लँड म्हणायचं. एक्झोक्राइन ग्लँड का म्हणायचं तर पॅनक्रियास काय करतं, पॅनक्रियाटिक ज्यूस सिक्रेट करतं जे पॅनक्रियाटिक डक्ट मार्फत डिओडेनम मध्ये जातं. म्हणून ही एक्झोक्राइन ग्लँड आहे. ही ड्युअल ग्लँड आहे आणि जिचं ओरिजिन हे एंडोडर्म आहे, म्हणजे एंडोडर्म पासून तयार झाली. याच्यामध्ये आता आपण चर्चा करतोय ती फक्त एंडोक्राइन ग्लँडची, म्हणून त्या संदर्भात चर्चा करूया. तर एंडोक्राइन पॅनक्रियाजमध्ये काही विशिष्ट प्रकारच्या पेशींचा समूह आहे. त्या पेशींच्या समूहाला आयसोलेट्स ऑफ लँगरहॅन्स म्हटलं जातं आणि ह्या एंडोक्राइन ग्लँडसाठी रिस्पॉन्सिबल असतात. ह्या आयसोलेट्स ऑफ लँगरहॅन्स जर बघितल्या तर त्या 4 प्रकारच्या आहेत. त्याच्यामध्ये अल्फा सेल्स आहे, बीटा सेल्स आहे, डेल्टा सेल्स आहे, पीपी सेल्स आहेत. तर अल्फा सेल्सच्या 20% असतात आणि जे ग्लुकॅगॉन हार्मोन सिक्रेट करतात. ग्लुकॅगॉन हार्मोन हे तुमच्या शरीर रक्तातली साखरेची पातळी, शर्कराची पातळी किंवा ग्लुकोजची पातळी वाढवण्यासाठी जबाबदार असतात. बीटा सेल्स ज्या आहेत त्या 70% असतात आणि त्या तुमच्या ते इन्सुलिन हार्मोन सिक्रेट करतात आणि इन्सुलिन तुमच्या रक्तातली साखर कमी करण्याचं काम करतं. इन्सुलिन रक्तातली साखर कमी करण्याचं काम करतं. डेल्टा सेल्स ज्या आहेत त्या डेल्टा सेल्स सोमॅटोस्टॅटिन हार्मोन सिक्रेट करतं आणि हे हार्मोन ग्लुकॅगॉनची लेवल किती ठेवायची, इन्सुलिनची लेवल किंवा इन्सुलिनची ऍक्शन किती ठेवायची हे डिसाईड करतं, म्हणजे यांच्यावर कंट्रोल ठेवतं. यांचं जास्त सिक्रेशन होऊ देत नाही. गरजे इतकं सिक्रेशन करण्यासाठी डेल्टा सेल्स रिस्पॉन्सिबल असतात. आणि ह्या डेल्टा सेल्स 5% असतात. त्यानंतर पीपी सेल्स किंवा ज्यांना एफ सेल्स म्हटलं जातं त्या 5% असतात. त्या पॅनक्रियाटिक पॉलिपेप्टाइड हे हार्मोन सिक्रेट करतात आणि हे हार्मोन पॅनक्रियाटिक ज्यूसचं सिक्रेशन किंवा पॅनक्रियाटिक ज्यूस किती सिक्रेट करायचा, किती त्याची लेवल ठेवायची हे ठरवण्याचं काम करतात. या पद्धतीने ह्या 4 सेल्स असतात. नाव लेट अस गो टू नेक्स्ट, दॅट इज disorders related to pancreas. Most important and common disorder is hyperglycemia, or it is also known as diabetes mellitus. Diabetes insipidus is a different. Diabetes mellitus is a different. Diabetes insipidus is it is a disorder of hormone that is which we have already studied in I think ADH hormone. ADH hormone is responsible for this diabetes insipidus. And this diabetes insipidus is the increasing sugar level due to abnormal secretion of ADH hormone in our body. Let me be remember try to remember that. I think you rememberize it or not. If rememberize, then okay. If not, then listen carefully. A deficiency of ADH, means antidiuretic hormone, reduces water reabsorption and increases urine output. This condition is called as diabetes insipidus. Means it here is water related and urine output, means micturition is increased, frequently micturized or urination. But diabetes mellitus, it is related to sugar level, increasing sugar level in the blood. Hyperglycemia, hyper means more, glycemia means sugar. Hyperglycemia. Diabetes mellitus or hyperglycemia is most common metabolic endocrine disorder of pancreas. In this disorder, increase blood glucose level. It increase blood glucose level. Then question arises our mind. This glucose level is increased due to action of alpha cells, excessive action of alpha cells, or what? But this is totally wrong. This is not due to excessive action of alpha cells or excessive action of glucagon. It is due to less secretion of insulin, or it is due to underactivity of beta cells. Which results in reduced secretion of insulin. These beta cells are underactivity, and due to this insulin is less secret. And insulin is less secret, it means that glucose level does not decrease in our blood, and that's why it is increased. There are two types of diabetes in children. Such condition is called as insulin dependent diabetes or type 1. In other diabetes, non-insulin dependent diabetes type 2, and type 2 diabetes is caused due to failure of insulin facilitate the movement of glucose into cells, reduce sensitivity to insulin or insulin resistance, increase the insulin resistance. Type 1, there is no secretion of insulin, and in type 2 insulin is secreted, but there is cells are insulin resistance, means they doesn't intake glucose into it, or movement of glucose is not possible in the cell. This is type 2 of diabetes. This is the diabetes mellitus. Both these disorders, diabetes mellitus means insulin dependent or non-insulin dependent, both are related to blood glucose level increases. In both conditions, glucose level is increases or hyperglycemia can observe. This sum of glucose are excreted or found in urine sample also. There is excessive urination, dehydration of body tissues, degradation of fat, increases formation of ketone bodies or ketosis. These are the another symptoms of diabetes mellitus. If you are suffered from diabetes mellitus in your body, excessive urination and dehydration of body tissue. There is degradation of fats, increases formation of ketones, and in your body ketones are found, that is called as ketosis. Excessive formation of ketone bodies. Ketone bodies are formed due to degradation of fats in your body, and these all happens due to lower secretion of insulin in your body. Is the gonads, next endocrine gland. These are minor endocrine glands, in which gonads means testes and ovary, in which first one is the ovary. Ovary, it is female reproductive part. It secretes hormone, that is estrogen. Estrogen, this hormone secreted by developing follicle. You know very well that is in ovary there is Graafian follicle, primordial follicle, secondary follicle, tertiary follicle. These follicles, these developing follicles secrete this estrogen. Within this estrogen, estradiol is one type of hormone. It is responsible for secondary sexual characters in females. Estrogen, which is secreted by developing follicles, it helps in the development of uterus. It helps in the development of follicles, development of ovum in female bodies. It regulates the female reproductive system part. This estrogen also contain there is one type of estrogen hormone, that is estradiol, which is responsible for secondary sexual characters in females. Another hormone, it is secreted by progesterone. It is secreted by ovary, and especially there is corpus luteum. Corpus luteum is empty Graafian follicle, and this corpus luteum secrete the hormone known as progesterone. This hormone is essential for thickening of uterine endometrium. We can also say this hormone can prepare uterus for implantation of fertilized ovum. This hormone is responsible for development of mammary glands during pregnancy, and this progesterone hormone inhibits uterine contraction during pregnancy. Means this progesterone hormone is friendly to pregnancy, and it is also called as pregnancy hormone. It is responsible for development of uterine. It is also responsible for implantation. It stimulate to uterus, or it prepare to uterus, implant the fertilized egg, and it also prevent uterus unnecessary contraction and relaxation during this pregnancy, unless and until the embryo is grow inside the uterus. After proper growth, then it will be contracted. Before time, it doesn't allow to contract. Next hormone is relaxin. It is also secreted by ovary. This hormone is secreted by corpus luteum at the end of gestational period. It relaxes the cervix and causes to birth pains. This relaxin hormone, it relaxes the cervix. Cervix is the tubular structure, and for the childbirth, this embryo or child should be passed within this short narrow tube. This short narrow tube should be wide, and this widen happen due to this relaxin hormone. Next one is the inhibin. Inhibin secreted by corpus luteum, and this inhibits the follicle stimulating hormone and GnRH hormones. Both these hormones, secretion of both these hormones are inhibited by this inhibin hormone. These hormones are secreted by ovaries. Let's see another gonad, that is testes. Testis is a male organ, and where testes, male hormones are known as androgens, and mostly androgens is the testosterone. Testosterone is also known as male hormone. It is secreted by interstitial cells or Leydig cells present inside the in between space of seminiferous tubules. These hormones influenced by luteinizing hormone and testosterone is responsible for appearance of secondary sexual characters such as facial and pubis hair, deeping of voice, broadening of shoulders, male aggressiveness like characters are developed or increased due to action of this hormone. It helps in maintenance of testes also. Last point, we are concluded here. We are come to end of this topic, and last point is the some diffuse endocrine glands in which placenta it is intimate connection between fetus and uterine wall of mother. It is a connection between wall and connection between fetus and mother. This placenta provides essential nutrients, gases, all things to fetus. It also transport nitrogenous waste from fetus to mother. This placenta helps to fetus and mother for physiological exchange of material. Placenta is a temporary endocrine gland. During pregnancy, placenta secretes hormones such as estrogen, progesterone, human chorionic gonadotropins, and human placental progesterone. These hormones are secreted by placenta. These hormones check the contraction of uterine muscles and also maintain thickness of uterine endometrium. Thus, they helps in maintenance of pregnancy. Placental hormones helps to maintain the pregnancy. Next hormone, secreted by next organ is the gastrointestinal tract. GI tract means gastrointestinal tract, in which first hormone is the gastrin. It stimulates gastric glands to produce gastric juice. Gastric juice means peptides, polypeptides, peptides, amylase, lipase, like hormones, like enzymes are secreted by gastric gland, and these gastric gland hormones, enzymes are controlled by gastrin. Secretin, responsible for secretion of pancreatic juice and bile from pancreas and liver. Last one is cholecytokinin. This hormone stimulate by pancreas to release enzyme and also stimulate gallbladder to release bile. It is related to digestive system. Gastric inhibitory peptide, next hormone secreted by gastrointestinal tract, that is gastric inhibitory peptide. It is also known as enterogastrone. It shows gastric contractions and inhibitions the secretion of gastric juice. Next organ is kidney. Kidney, it produces renin and erythropoietin and calcitriol hormones. These hormones help in regulation of functioning of kidneys. Erythropoietin, calcitriol is the active form of vitamin D3. Last organ is the heart, and this heart secretes hormone known as atrial natriuretic hormone. This hormone increases sodium excretions by kidney and reduces blood pressure. We are ending now, come to end of topic, and last point is hormone therapy. Hormone therapy is used or applied in pregnancy, menopause, osteoporosis, while growth hormones deficiency, insulin resistance, and cancer. It means this hormone therapy is applied in abnormal pregnancy, abnormalities in the menopause, increase or decrease the period of menopause, osteoporosis, growth hormone deficiency. In some child, growth hormones are not properly secreted. We can use this hormone to increase the growth. And this hormone therapy use the insulin resistance, the second type of diabetes. A person suffered from second type of diabetes. In that body, the glucose are not move within the cells. It will be cured by using hormone therapy, and some cancerous stages are repaired or cured due to use of hormone therapy. Today we completed our control and coordination topic. Thank you.